Okay, why do you keep calling this the Chinese virus? There are reports of dozens of incidents of bias against Chinese Americans in this country. Your own aide, Secretary Azar, says he does not use this term. He says ethnicity does not cause the virus. Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not racist at all. No, not at all. It comes from China. That's why. Comes from China.
This is all happening at a time that we're starting to see a message shift here, because you're starting to hear the Republicans, especially Trump calling it the Wuhan or the Chinese coronavirus. They're looking for someone to blame.
Concern is growing this morning over an outbreak of a new SARS-like virus in China. At least 6 people have died from the Wuhan coronavirus. The Wuhan coronavirus. The Wuhan coronavirus.
The 34-year-old ophthalmologist diagnosed Saturday with the Wuhan coronavirus.
The Wuhan virus.
The Wuhan coronavirus.
The Wuhan coronavirus. What more can you tell us about the similarities or differences between SARS and the Wuhan coronavirus?
The Wuhan coronavirus.
The Wuhan coronavirus in China.
The Wuhan coronavirus.
The Wuhan coronavirus. And the Wuhan coronavirus.
Wuhan coronavirus.
Fears continue to grow over the outbreak of the Wuhan coronavirus.
Wuhan coronavirus. The Wuhan coronavirus. The Wuhan coronavirus. We have new information about how the Wuhan coronavirus is spread.
Tying coronavirus to China and Chinese people isn't just a racist dog whistle. It's a whole racist orchestra.
I hear Stephen Miller in this foreign virus, setting up travel bans for the outside invasion of the disease. That's not the way.
The Chinese coronavirus that they've been
that's
calling.
not
The first U.S. case of Chinese coronavirus.
The Chinese coronavirus.
This is coming as the Chinese coronavirus.
China's coronavirus outbreak. China's coronavirus.
Outbreak anxiety. The death toll nearly doubles in China's coronavirus outbreak.
China's coronavirus.
Just how bad is China's coronavirus crisis?
China's coronavirus outbreak.
China's coronavirus outbreak.
China's coronavirus outbreak.
China's coronavirus.
China's coronavirus. China's coronavirus.
China's coronavirus.
Concerns about the China coronavirus.
It's going to come across to a lot of Americans as smacking of xenophobia, to use that kind of term.
In this clip, New York is overwhelmed, and CBS apparently report from one of the hospitals. Included in the report is Mayor Cuomo telling us of the ventilator shortages. He has only been provided with 400 ventilators.
We remain deeply concerned about New York City and the New York metro area.
That is because more than half of the nation's new coronavirus cases are being found right here. Crowded subway cars may have accelerated the spread. New York's governor says FEMA gave the state 400 ventilators. To that, he said this.
What am I going to do with 400 ventilators when I need 30,000? You pick the 26,000 people who are going to die because you only sent 400 ventilators.
Now let's take a look from the Sky News report from Bergamo Hospital 2 days earlier.
This is the main hospital in Bergamo in Lombardy province. It's one of the most advanced hospitals in Europe.
To me, the hospitals in New York and Bergamo look remarkably the same. Imagine how dirty and low I felt having to uphold Sky News as the arbiters of truth.
Gave the state 400 ventilators.
This is the main hospital in Bergamo in Lombardy province. It's one of the most advanced hospitals in Europe.
Apparently it was an editing issue that caused CBS to use footage from another hospital, bizarrely. The fact is they've been caught lying once again. The question is why.
Gave the state 400 ventilators.
This is the main hospital in Bergamo in Lombardy province. It's one of the most advanced hospitals in Europe.
Now let's take a look at Democrat Mayor Cuomo advising that he only has 400 ventilators and everybody's gonna die. Fully supported by his progressive lying media.
What am I going to do with 400 ventilators when I need 30,000? You pick the 26,000 people who are going to die because you only sent 400 ventilators.
Attorney General Bill Barr threatens to visit individuals stockpiling medical equipment I would suggest he is fully aware of how left-wing organisations are looking to use the COVID threat and the need for medical equipment as a political tool.
I want to stress that we're not talking about consumers or businesses stockpiling supplies for their own operations. We're talking about people hoarding these goods and materials on an industrial scale for the purpose of manipulating the market and ultimately deriving windfall profits. If you have a big supply of toilet paper in your house, this is not something you have to worry about. But if you are sitting on a warehouse with masks, surgical masks, you will be hearing a knock on your door.
Following Bill Barr's address, as if by magic, the California, surprise, surprise, Service Employee International Union for United Healthcare Workers finds 39 million PPE masks. New York also finds stockpiles of ventilators. In the following clip, Cuomo now doubles down on his lie about only having 400 ventilators, calling President Trump the ignorant one for not understanding that only 400 ventilators actually meant I have at least 1,000 stockpiled. Therefore, we have not even used the 400 we currently have in service. Even CNN call him out here and make him look a barefaced liar. Yet more of the political stunts that we know and love from these left-wing activists.
I wanted to ask you about something, Shimon, because the president on Twitter attacked Governor Cuomo. He claimed that thousands of federal government ventilators were found in a New York storage facility and that the state must distribute them now. You were talking to Governor Cuomo just a short time ago, and you asked him about this, and he essentially gave you a fact check. What did he say?
He did. He said it was ignorant for the president to say something like that. The fact that there are these ventilators, of course they're there. They're there so that they could be distributed when they are needed. Here's exactly what the governor said, Brianna.
That is incorrect and grossly uninformed. The point is, we have ventilators in a stockpile, and we didn't send them to the hospitals yet. Of course we didn't. That's the whole point. The hospitals don't need them yet. The hospitals aren't at their apex. The hospitals have enough ventilators today, but the numbers are going up. We're planning for an apex, a high point in about 21 days. That's when we need the 30,000 ventilators, not today. Right now, we're putting them in a stockpile. So the point is, well, they're in a stockpile, you must not need them. It's just ignorant. Of course you don't need them today. You need them when you hit the apex, which is 30,000. We're not there yet.
The final clip I have for you today is our beloved CNN host Chris Cuomo getting exposed once again as the liberal activist he is. I'm not sure if he ever really had COVID or he is just performing like a puppet for his globalist paymasters. Like most of his mainstream media cronies pushing the lockdown narrative. Here Tucker Carlson of Fox News calling him out for the validity of his claim. Tucker actually had the cyclist he speaks about confronting Cuomo in the clip on his show a couple of days later. Thanks for watching, folks. The only way to stay safe is move away from your TV and think for yourselves.
Well, whether he can do it or not, obviously the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, would like to be the president. Meanwhile, his brother over at CNN wants you to think that he has risen from the dead as well. Several weeks ago, he contracted coronavirus. We expressed sympathy for him that night. It was totally sincere. We haven't criticized him in any way since then. But then we watched him seize every chance to remind everyone watching that he was very sick and in very strict containment.
I'm doing the show, as you know, in my basement in COVID containment. Is this the new normal? Is this how it's going to be? No. I can't always be in my basement. You can't always be in your house. We got to get back to work. I'm down in the basement. We're doing it super strict here. It's not easy. It is necessary. I know it's what a lot of us want to hear. Hell, I want to hear it, Governor. I'm sick of being in my basement. I want to get out.
Well, thankfully, Cuomo got better. And we're happy to hear that. Not kidding. But CNN, shameless cheeseballs that they are, celebrated by filming Cuomo rising like a buff cable news Lazarus from the grave and back into ordinary life.
We had a huge day today in Casa Cuomo. Take a look at this. All right, here it is. The official re-entry from the basement. Cleared by CDC. A little sweaty. Just worked out. Happens. This is what I've been dreaming of, literally for weeks. This is the dream. Just to be back up here doing normal things.
When did journalists start talking about themselves so much? It's not a story, it's narcissism, and that's weird enough. But it's not all. That was fake. Just last week, Cuomo admitted getting into a fight with a bicyclist who harassed him for going outside and congregating with other people, something CNN has been vilifying ordinary people for wanting to do.
I don't want some jackass, loser, fat tire biker to be able to pull over and get in my face and in my space and talk to me. I don't want to hear it.
By the way, if you're the jackass, loser, fat-tired bicyclists, you're always welcome on this show. We'd love to hear from you. That whole exchange seems kind of unpleasant, but there's a scandal underneath it. Here you have a top CNN anchor who appears to have been ignoring the social distancing rules his network has been promoting and forcing on everyone else. It seems like he wasn't telling the truth about staying quarantined in his basement. But you can't be too mean. His own video was humiliating enough.